Boxing Podcast with Mike Hastings. All the latest news and views. Boxing legend. Biography. Click, like, and subscribe. Donate whatever you can. Boxing's got a new podcast in town. Mike Hastings, he's your man.
Welcome back to the Final Bell Boxing Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Hastings, and today we're diving into the heavyweight debate that's been simmering for years. It's the one that's divided fans, sparked pub arguments, and lit up social media like a Christmas tree in December. You know what I'm talking about, Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. Now I know what you're thinking. Mike, we've been hearing about this fight for years. Is it ever gonna happen? And trust me, I feel your pain. But today, we're not just asking if it'll happen, we're asking who would win, what the experts are saying, and why this fight still matters more than ever. So grab a brew, settle in, and let's go back to where it all began. Let's rewind to the early 2010s. Tyson Fury was the brash, undefeated traveler from Manchester, dancing around the ring like a man half his size. Anthony Joshua was the Olympic golden boy, chiseled like a Greek statue, knocking out everyone in his path. Two very different men, two very different journeys, but both destined to collide. Fury came up the hard way. No silver spoon, no Olympic medal, just grit, heart, and a family legacy steeped in bare-knuckle tradition. He turned pro in 2008, and by 2015 he dethroned Vladimir Klitschko in Germany, ending a decade-long reign and shocking the world. He didn't just beat Klitschko, he outboxed him, outthought him, and outpsyched him. Joshua, on the other hand, was the poster boy for British boxing. Gold medalist at the 2012 London Olympics, turned pro in 2013. By 2016, he was a world champion. He unified belts, sold out stadiums, and became a household name. He was the face of boxing, the guy your mum liked, the guy brands loved, but behind that smile was a serious puncher with a killer instinct. Now here, where it gets juicy. As both men climbed the ranks, the comparison started. Fury was the awkward genius. Joshua was the disciplined destroyer. Fury talked trash. Joshua kept it classy. Fury sang after fights. Joshua posed with his belts. They were opposites in every way, and fans couldn't get enough. By 2017, the hype was real. Fury was on a comeback trail after his hiatus. Joshua had just beaten Klitschko in a Wembley war. The stars were aligning. The belts were on the table. And the fans, they were foaming at the mouth. But then delays, negotiations, promoter politics. Fury signed with ESPN. Joshua was with Matchroom and DAZN. Dates were floated. Contracts were drafted. Deadlines were set and missed. And just when it looked like we were getting the fight in 2021, an arbitration ruling forced Fury into a third fight with Deontay Wilder. That was the first big derailment, and since then it's been a roller coaster. Joshua lost to Oleksandr Usyk twice. Fury flirted with retirement, then came back. Talks resumed. Talks collapsed. And here we are in 2025 still asking the same question. Will it ever happen? But let's pause for a second and ask, why does this fight matter so much? It's not just about belts. It's not even just about bragging rights. It's about legacy. It's about who defines this era of heavyweight boxing. Fury's got the lineal title, the WBC belt, and an undefeated record. Joshua's got the Olympic gold, the commercial clout, and a resume stacked with names like Klitschko, Povetkin, and Ruiz. It's Ali versus Frazier for the modern age. Lennox versus Bowe if that fight had ever happened. It's the clash of styles, the clash of cultures, the clash of philosophies. Fury's the improviser. Joshua's the technician. Fury's chaos. Joshua's control. And the fans, they've been patient, painfully patient. They've watched the back and forths, the call-outs, the Instagram videos, the deadline ultimatums. They've bought the pay-per-views. They've filled the stadiums, and they deserve this fight. So in this episode, we're going to break it all down. In part 2, we'll get into the nitty-gritty, who would actually win, We'll look at the styles, the stats, the stamina, and the psychology. We'll hear what the experts are saying. And in part 3, we'll ask the big question: will it happen? What's standing in the way? And what would it mean for the sport if it finally did? But before we get there, let's take a moment to appreciate just how rare this kind of rivalry is. Two British heavyweights, both world champions, both global stars, both still active. This isn't just a fight, it's a moment. A once-in-a-generation moment. And whether it happens or not, the debate will rage on. Hastings, welcome back to the Final Bell Boxing Podcast. I'm Mike Hastings, and if you've been riding with me since the start of this episode, you already know we've laid the groundwork. We've talked about how Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua became the two biggest names in British boxing. We've explored the hype, the missed chances, and the fan obsession. Now it's time to step into the ring and ask the big question: who would win? Let's start with the basics. Fury is 69 with an 85-inch reach. Joshua is 66 with an 82-inch reach. Fury's record, undefeated. Joshua, a few losses but against top-tier opponents. Fury's style, unorthodox, fluid, unpredictable. Joshua, textbook, powerful, athletic. It's a clash of philosophies. Fury fights like a middleweight trapped in a heavyweight's body. He moves, he feints, he switches stances, he talks to you mid-round. He's got ring IQ for days. Joshua is more traditional. Jab, right hand, left hook. He's explosive, he's disciplined, he's dangerous when he's confident. So let's break it down. Round 1, footwork. Fury wins this hands down. He glides around the ring, he controls distance. He makes big men look slow. Joshua's footwork is solid but more rigid. He's improved over the years, but against someone like Fury, he'd be chasing shadows. Round 2, jab. Fury's jab is a weapon. It's not just a range finder, it's a disruptor. He uses it to control tempo, to frustrate, to set traps. Joshua's jab is powerful but predictable. He throws it straight. Fury throws it from angles. Advantage Fury. Round 3, power. Now this is where Joshua shines. He's got knockout power in both hands. Just ask Dillian White. Ask Vladimir Klitschko. Ask Kubrat Pulev. Fury's got power too. Just ask Deontay Wilder, but it's more cumulative. He breaks you down. Joshua can end it with one shot. Round 4, chin. Fury, been dropped by Wilder, by Ngannou, but he gets up. Every time. Joshua's chin, it's been questioned. Ruiz dropped him 4 times. Usyk buzzed him. Klitschko nearly finished him. Fury's chin is proven. Joshua's, still a question mark. Round 5, stamina. Fury's gone 12 rounds multiple times. He's danced. He's sung. He's still fresh. Joshua's gas tank has improved, but he's faded in late rounds before. Against Fury, that could be fatal. Round 6, mental game. This is Fury's playground. He's a master of mind games. He'll get in your head before the fight even starts. Joshua's composed, but he's admitted to overthinking. Fury thrives on chaos. Joshua needs control. So if we're scoring this like a fight, Fury takes footwork, jab, chin, stamina, and psychology. Joshua takes power and discipline. It's close. It's compelling. But on paper, Fury has the edge. Now let's hear what the experts say. Amir Khan said Fury would box circles around Joshua. Tony Bellew, who's close to AJ, believes Joshua has the tools to win, but only if he fights the perfect fight. Froch thinks Fury's size and movement would be too much. David Hay, he's leaned both ways over the years. And Ben Davison, Fury's former trainer, believes Fury's adaptability is unmatched. Even AI simulations, yeah, we've got those now, predict Fury winning by decision in most scenarios. Not always, but often. Fan polls, they're split. Fury fans are vocal, Joshua fans are loyal, but the tide has shifted. After Joshua's losses to Usyk, many fans now see Fury as the favorite. But here's the thing, boxing isn't fought on paper, it's fought in the ring. And Joshua has the tools to shock the world. If he lands clean, if he controls the pace, if he stays composed, he could win. He could knock Fury out. It's not impossible, it's just unlikely. And that's what makes this fight so fascinating. It's not just about who's better, it's about who shows up, who executes, who adapts. Mike Hastings. All right, folks, we've broken down the rivalry, we've sized up the styles, and we've heard from the experts. Now it's time to ask the question that's been hanging over British boxing like a storm cloud for years. Will Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua actually happen? Let's start with the obvious. This fight should have happened already. Back in 2021, both men were champions. Fury had the WBC. Joshua had the WBA, IBF, and WBO. A unification bout was on the table. Contracts were drafted. Dates were floated. And then, boom, Deontay Wilder's arbitration ruling forced Fury into a trilogy fight. The whole thing collapsed like a house of cards. Since then, it's been a game of musical chairs. Joshua lost to Usyk. Fury fought Chisora and Ngannou. Talks resumed. Talks stalled. Promoters pointed fingers. Fans rolled their eyes. And here we are still waiting. So what's the holdup? Well, it's a cocktail of complications. First, promoters. Fury's aligned with Frank Warren and Top Rank. Joshua's with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom. Different networks, different agendas, different egos. Second, timing. Fury's flirted with retirement. Joshua's rebuilding. Fury been chasing Usyk for undisputed glory. Joshua's been focused on redemption. Their paths haven't aligned. Third, risk. Let's be honest, this fight is dangerous for both men. Fury could lose his undefeated record. Joshua could suffer another high-profile defeat. It's legacy-defining, and that makes it high stakes. But here's the thing, boxing needs this fight. British boxing needs this fight. The fans deserve it, and both men know it. Fury said he wants it. He's called Joshua out, he's mocked him, he's challenged him. Joshua said he's ready. He's responded, he's trained, he's waited. So will it happen? I think yes, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not this year, but 2026. That's realistic. Both men are still active, both have something to prove. And the money, it's too big to ignore. Saudi Arabia's been floated as a venue. Wembley's still a dream. Wherever it happens, it'll be massive. Pay-per-view records, global attention, a moment in history. And what would it mean? For Fury, it's the final stamp. The fight that silences every critic. The win that cements his place among the greats. For Joshua, it's redemption. The chance to shock the world, to rewrite the narrative, to prove he's more than a brand, he's a warrior. For boxing, it's a gift, a spectacle, a reminder of why we love this sport. So Tyson, if you're listening, and I know you love a good podcast, give me a shout out, mate. Let's hook up. I'll bring the mic, you bring the magic. And hey, if AJ wants to join, we'll make it a round table. I promise not to ask you to sing unless you want to, but if you do, I'll harmonize, badly, but with heart. Thanks for tuning in to the Final Bell Boxing Podcast. I'm Mike Hastings, and until next time, keep your hands up, your chin down, and your heart in the fight. And before we wrap, where are you listening to the Final Bell Boxing Podcast? Are you out on a run, stuck in traffic, or just chilling with a cuppa? However you tune in, we want to hear from you. Drop us a comment in the section below, share your thoughts on Fury versus Joshua, or shoot us an email at finalbellboxingpodcast@gmail.com. That's finalbellboxingpodcast@gmail.com. Let's keep the conversation going, because this debate's far from over.
We hope you are enjoying our podcast. If you'd like to help us continue to provide you quality content, we would welcome your generosity. In the comments section, we have a link to make a donation. Every £1 we receive will help us bring you dynamic and reliable sporting content. Thank you in advance for making the effort for us. £1 in isolation is very little, but every pound added together adds up to a substantial contribution to us. So don't be shy, click the link and donate £1 today. Thank you for your support. Now back to the podcast.
Final Bell Boxing Podcast with Mike Hastings. All the latest news and views. Boxing legend. Biography. Click, like, and subscribe. Donate whatever you can. Boxing's got a new podcast in town. Mike Hastings, he's your man.